Yo, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from this thing, we're still in Las Vegas. I'm just kidding, I don't know what that is. Today I parked on a random street. This is Maryland Parkway, and I believe that's either Desert Inn or Sahara, I don't remember, but we're just gonna walk around. Right now it's 11:56 at nighttime, so yeah, let's see what this place is like. The reason why I've been only considering going out at nighttime is because it's goddamn hot. It's like way too hot. Like even now it feels kind of humid, but in the daytime, oh actually I went to Prim today, which is state line between Nevada and California. I went to go buy lottery tickets for the Powerball, and bro, like all of my sidearm, this one sunburn, also my neck, but only on this side, so yeah, not fun. All right, so someone just tried to fight me, some random lady. So yeah, that's fun. This street has a lot of people that are, I don't know how to say it, not like unstable, unwell. Yeah, so I made that intro, and as soon as I finished doing that little intro, I grabbed my camera and I started walking. Not even 3 steps, this lady's walking down the sidewalk, and we kind of crossed paths, and I thought I heard her say something. I mean, she did say something, but I wasn't sure what she said. I thought she said hello. So I just said hello back to her. And she turned around and she looked at me mad. She said, "You said what? You said what, motherfucker? You said what?" Like she started to square up. I thought she was gonna swing at me. But yeah, man, Maryland Parkway, Las Vegas. It's a sad street, let's just put it that way. By the way, if you live in Las Vegas, you already know this street right here, Maryland Parkway, it's just construction fucking year round, non-stop. It never ends, never ends. There's just cones all the fucking way. Like I don't know how far. There's just cones and cones and cones on both directions, that way and on that way. And you never see people actually working on the streets. But again, like I said, it's too hot to do anything in the daytime, so they wait until nighttime. Like right now it's 11, like I said, it's actually 12 a.m. exactly on the dot, and they're working on the street right now. So to anybody who's thinking like there's never construction going on, even though they have the construction cones, there is construction, but it's always at nighttime. The only issue that I have is, why do they have cones like all the way from over there to all the way over there? It's not like they're working everywhere at nighttime. It's just like, why not just put the cones like where you need them, and then move them as you know, when you finish with this area, and then you go to the next, you put the cones over there. But no, they have cones all day, every day, for years. So yeah, if you don't live in Las Vegas, you don't have to worry about it. But if you ever plan on moving, just know that this street right here, it's not terrible when it comes to traffic, but the construction, man, or the construction, the cones is just endless. I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's some cats right there. I think it's too dark for the camera to pick up. Also, there's a lot of planes flying over this area. A lot. Because the airport is not that far from here. It's actually like if you get all green lights with absolutely no traffic, you're looking at like 15 minutes, so it's not that far at all. And if you're over here on this side of town, you're gonna hear planes all day, but at least it's just regular planes. It's not terrible, because my grandma, she lives close to the air base, to the Air Force base here in Las Vegas. And when those jets fly by, I'm telling you, the whole fucking house just shakes. It's like an earthquake every single time a jet flies over her house. But over here, the regular planes, it's not so bad. It's just loud, but not terrible. Yo, I kind of want a hot dog now. But right now we're on Twain in Maryland Parkway, and if you look down this way which is to the west, you're gonna see right there the sphere. And the camera's not gonna do it any justice. This camera is just like too wide to really show you how nice it looks. But like in person, it actually looks really nice. And like this is the perfect street to just, you know, drive with a nice little view, even for an area that's kind of sketchy. Would you say that sketchy and shady is the same thing? I don't know, because even though there are a lot of like homeless people, a lot of people that are, you know, not well in the head, or a lot of drug addicts, they kind of just tend to like mind their own business, except for that lady that wanted to fight me. So I don't know if it's shady per se, but it is sketchy. You never know. But speaking of shady, I just remembered something. If we keep walking down that way on Twain, it really starts to get shady over there, because there's like some apartments over there, and those are some rough apartments. So I'm just gonna turn back this way and go a different way, because I'm not trying to see what happens over there. I don't think any content is worth going through a bad time, I guess you could say. So let's just go back this way, and then we'll walk down Maryland Parkway. Alright, so we're back on Maryland Parkway and right on the corner of Twain. Now we're gonna walk a little bit south. Yeah. So if you keep walking south, or if you drive south, you're gonna come across UNLV. And that area, I think it's fine. I think it's a fine area. I don't think it's sketchy or shady or anything like that. Although it can be, because again, it's kind of close to like this part of town where there's people, you know, I already mentioned. I don't want to say that again, but yeah. Look at this, just cones and cones and cones all the way down there. I mean, this camera's not going to do it justice, like I said, but man, it's just cones all the way down there. You know, when I used to be in high school, this area was really popular, because the mall is actually over here to my left, right over there, and it's a very popular mall. And then there's Best Buy over here. So this was before, you know, smartphones. So people were going to Best Buy, people were going to the mall. You know, it would be like, if you wanted to do something, if you wanted to go out, going to the mall was an actual thing. Going to the mall was, you know, worth getting ready for. You know, wear your best outfit, you know, your nicest shoes, trying to go meet some girls, or if you're a girl, trying to go and meet some guys. But now that mall is pretty much closed. I think like 20% of the stores are still open, if that. So yeah, the internet, man. And there's that Best Buy I was telling you about right there. One of the good things about Maryland Parkway, aside, I mean, now that the mall sucks and the Best Buy sucks, is that there's a place over here called Seafood City, and it's pretty much like a Filipino Filipino grocery store or market, and they have a lot of Asian restaurants, and it's a pretty cool area. So if you're over here, I would suggest you stop down there. So everybody that I've crossed paths with so far, it's either someone who's walking to work or from work and they're going home, or it's just someone who's kind of just walking around aimlessly, which again, like I said earlier, there's a lot of people down here that are homeless or that have problems, and they're just down the street, man. I don't know what it is about the street, but this is one of their favorite ones, man, in Vegas. So, oh, and there's that seafood city place that I was telling you about. It's a really cool Asian marketplace. There was another one over here, another Asian market, but that one didn't survive. That one had shut down because everybody goes to that one. So yeah, if you guys ever come to Vegas, or if you live here in Vegas and you want to try some Filipino food, I would suggest trying Seafood City. It's pretty good. You know, the more that I'm walking down the street at this time of night, what the hell, there's someone over there sleeping on the sidewalk. Damn. The more that I'm walking down the street at nighttime, the more I kind of feel bad for... Alright, the more that I walk down the street, the more that I feel bad for women, man. I can't imagine being a woman, and I'm sorry if that sounds sexist. I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I can't imagine being a female walking down the street at this time of the night. You know, obviously no one's gonna be walking at this time of the night for fun. You know, if you're walking down the street, it's because you need to go somewhere. You need to get from point A to point B, whether that's work or somewhere else. But I can't imagine, man. This place is 100% scary, man. Because all the people that you see that are just walking around, like I said, kind of like aimlessly, it's all dudes. And I don't mean this in a bad way or anything, but they just... I hope no one takes this the bad way, but they just seem so unpredictable. And I know that if you don't mess with them, they're not gonna say or do anything to you, but you never know. Over here to my right, there's a Target, and the change of subject, right? But over here to the right, there's a Target, and the sign's actually right there. I believe that's Flamingo or Tropic. Yeah, it's Flamingo. So Flamingo and Maryland Parkway, there's a Target right here. I've been to this Target many times, and there's something about this Target. Either a lot of Asians live around here, because every time I go there, it's when I see the most Asians. And I don't mean this in a bad way either. This is just an observation, because Las Vegas, mostly, I feel like the majority is white and Hispanics and maybe black people. There are a lot of Asians, but not to the extent of, you know, Hispanics. And this Target right here, every time I go there, it's just packed with Asians. And I think it's pretty cool, man. I'm all for it. Hey, I didn't know there was a Walgreens right over here on the corner. That's good to know. That's funny, because there's right next to that Walgreens, on that side of the Walgreens, there's a Raising Cane's. And I don't go there frequently, but it's one of the places that I go to most when it comes to fast food restaurants, and it's specifically that one. And I've never realized there's a Walgreens right next to it. Pretty cool. You know what I'm thinking right now? I should have brought my water. I had some water in my car, and for some reason I decided not to bring it. I grabbed it, took a big drink, and I said to myself, I should be good. Should have brought it. It feels kind of humid. There's that Raising Cane's I was telling you guys about right there. And if you guys ever come to that Raising Cane's, especially on the weekends, you're gonna see a lot of younger people, because like I said, UNLV is like right down the street from here, so a lot of them come over here and just chill. There's also an In-N-Out right down the street, and that's another spot where they like to hang out at. But it's always this Cane's and that In-N-Out, man. I don't blame them. Both are delicious. You know what's cool about this area? The Strip is right down there. It's a nice little walk, but it's definitely doable. Like, you can literally just walk from here to the Strip. I mean, you might get tired by the time you get there, but if you're someone who likes to walk, it's definitely an option. You could just walk over there, maybe go to like a restaurant, hang out for a little bit, do your thing, and then walk back, or take an Uber back, or the bus. It's not that far. What is this? What? Cowtown Boots Western wear? Oh snap. I didn't know there was one of these here. Yo, I love I love cowboy stuff. Like when it comes to cowboys culture, I love it. Me, by heart, I'm a fucking cowboy, man. I grew up in Mexico, in a farm, you know, on horses, around cows, pigs, all that stuff. So when it comes to like cowboy culture, that's my jam. I love it. But I didn't know there was one of these here, and it's pretty decent size too. Okay, so they close pretty early. Oh, this is really cool. I didn't know about this store. I'm gonna have to come back during the daytime because I want some because I like wearing bootcut jeans, and I've been wanting to buy some, so I'm gonna come here. Look at all the cowboy hats over there on that wall over there. Hey, it's pretty big. I'm definitely gonna have to come back. There's a store here on Las Vegas Boulevard, like right off the strip, but it's on Las Vegas Boulevard, and it's called Boot Barn, and that's the biggest cowboy store in Las Vegas that I'm aware of. And I used to work there. I love that store. I love it so much. But this one doesn't look as big as that one, but it looks pretty big. So I'm excited to come look at this store. I wonder if they get busy, because I know the one that I used to work at Boot Barn, that place was busy. There's a show on I think it's on Paramount. I forgot what service it's streaming on, but there's a show called, what is it called? Yellowstone, I think. Yeah, I think it's called Yellowstone, and it's about cowboys. And that show is really popular here in America, but also in Europe, because we used to get customers all the time that would come into the store, like, and they would tell me like, hey man, I used to watch the show called Yellowstone, and I'm here because of that show. Like, I want to buy some boots, I want to buy a hat, and you know, I would help them with their purchases or whatever. But yeah, you'd be surprised how many Europeans would go to that store. So right now we're on Flamingo and Cambridge. I'm just gonna head back to my car. It's hot. I should have brought a water. So that's the only reason why I'm gonna head back. And I don't know if I'm gonna continue the video, but speaking of cowboy culture, let me know in the comments if anyone who's watching this video is into that kind of stuff, because like I said, I love it. If you ever get a chance, I would recommend go to a country nightclub. They're a lot of fun. They're way different than your regular nightclubs. Me personally, I don't like nightclubs. I've never liked them. I've been to them, and I have had fun in them at them. But the type of people that go to a nightclub versus the type of people that go to a country nightclub, it's just so different in my experience. People that go to like a country nightclub, they just want to have fun, man. They want to go and they want to dance, they want to drink. People at a nightclub, they're more how do I say this? Like, if you go there, you can tell people feel like they're like the center of the universe. Like, in their minds, they're like the center of the universe, if that makes any sense. Like, people are too worried about their looks, about status, stuff like that, as opposed to a country nightclub, which sure can also have people like that, but for the most part, people just want to dance and they want to have a good time. So I would recommend go to a country nightclub. If you don't know how to dance, it's really easy. The place here in Vegas, like I was telling you guys earlier, when I used to work at Boot Barn on Las Vegas Boulevard, there's a club called Stoney's, and it's a country nightclub, and it's really close to Boot Barn. So on the weekends, me and my coworkers, not always, but sometimes, we would just go straight over there and just party. And by doing so, we found out that on Thursdays they give free. So on Thursdays they give free dance lessons. So if you guys are ever interested, at least Stoney's on Thursdays, they'll teach you how to line dance. So I would suggest trying it out because it's a lot of fun. Happy Lamb hot pot. I've never heard of it, but looks pretty good. Is that, I was gonna say, is that Korean, but no, I think that's Chinese. So this is a Chinese restaurant, which I love. So I might have to come back someday and try it. And if you keep walking down a little bit further, there's a Korean barbecue place and a GameStop if you're into games. I stopped playing games a long time ago, man, and I never looked back. Like when I stopped, that was the end of it. But to be fair, I was never like a heavy gamer. Like I liked it, yeah, when I was like a teenager and when I was like a young, like in my early 20s, maybe into my mid 20s, but it wasn't like taking over my life. You know, I would play it recreationally every so often. But yeah, anyways, so there's a Happy Lamb hot pot, which I think it's a Chinese. I think those are Chinese symbols. I'm sorry, correct me if I'm wrong.
We are now closed, and this area is being monitored. Please return during business hours.
There's a GameStop, there's a ramen place, all you can eat Korean barbecue, like I said earlier, smoke shop, boba tea, vitamin shop, or a GNC, and what's that last one? Oh, a shoe store. Here's that Target I was telling you about, like for the 10th time. There's a Hottie, that's the name of the store, I don't know what, looks like they sell, oh, like, ooh, this store. Yo. Yo. Look at this. Yes, I could definitely see me and my girlfriend coming here. Okay, what else? Oh, there's like a Korean hot dog. Oh wait, never mind, it's a donut place. Oh, but it is. Oh, it's right next to a K-Dog place, which is Korean hot dogs. We've been here. I brought my niece here one time because she wanted a donut, I think. And they were decent. They were alright. Not the best thing in the world, but not bad either. You know, speaking of like you know, Chinese restaurant and Korean hot dogs and a lot of Asian people at that Target, I'm gonna have to take you guys to Chinatown, because the Chinatown here in Vegas is pretty cool. It's a busy spot, and I like it a lot. It's really active, and they have a lot of restaurants, obviously a lot of karaoke bars, but aside from that, there's like a lot of, oh man, it stinks over here. There's like a ditch over here and it smells like drainage water. But anyways, the Chinatown has what was I gonna say? Oh, the atmosphere. The atmosphere is just like so good. Just people just walking around, sitting at little benches, enjoying their whatever they're eating, hanging out. You don't really see that in American culture, but Asian people at that Chinatown, they do that kind of stuff, and it's awesome. I think it's really cool. Reminds me of Mexico, because it's the same in Mexico. Like, you'd go out, you know, walk around, hang out. Here in the United States, it's kind of hard to do that. You have to drive everywhere. Everywhere that you go, you have to drive. We can't just walk somewhere. So places like Chinatown is really cool because you can just walk around there. Which, like I said, it reminds me of Mexico. And it's a lot of fun. But yeah, we're just going back down Maryland Parkway again. You can tell by the fucking cones that go all the way fucking down there. But yeah, we're going back to my car, get something to drink, and then I'm not sure what we're gonna do from there. If you made it this far, by the way, in the video, thank you. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I was saying in my last video that, you know, I have no experience making these kind of, I don't know what kind of vlogs these are, but in my mind they're travel vlogs, because I mean, I'm not traveling, but I'm doing what the people who make travel vlogs are doing, which is exploring where they go to, at least the good ones. A lot of them, they just go to the safe spots. They just go to like the hotels, like the 5-star hotels, and then they show you their Airbnbs. Like, I don't care about any of that. I just want to see what's like. If you're a travel vlogger and you go to, for example, I don't know, let's just say Indonesia, for example. If you go to Indonesia, I don't care about your Airbnb. I want to see what the culture is like. I want to see what the people are like. I want to see what the streets are like. That's the kind of stuff I love. There's a lot of travel vloggers that go, they stay at these nice fancy hotels, which is cool, no shade, it's just not my thing. And they just go to like a coffee shop and they show you like the delicious coffee that they're drinking and the photo friendly pastries that they're eating. And you can literally eat that here in America or wherever you are, Mexico, Korea, like literally everywhere you go has those things that they're showing. So I don't care for videos like that. I like the gritty stuff. Like, I want people to walk around and show me what people like those other YouTubers don't show you, if that makes any sense. Whew. But yeah, man, I'm thirsty. There's a McDonald's right here. Nothing exciting. But the only reason why I bring it up is because I want to ask you guys, did McDonald's just give up? Like, every McDonald's that I go to in Vegas, it's just like the worst experience ever. Like horrible customer service. They're not like necessarily rude or mean or anything like that, but they just fucking don't care. They don't care if you get your meal right. They don't care if you don't get it right away. They just don't care. Like, they stop caring. And that's like every single McDonald's that I've been to in Las Vegas, as well as in Kansas City. They just fucking suck, man. Is it the same where you guys are at? Let me know in the comments. You know what's funny? When you stop at a red light and you wait for the crosswalk, is that sometimes, you know, people would be at the same at the same corner waiting for the light to turn, and then when it finally does turn, you know, green for you to walk across, you and the person who's at the corner, which is a random stranger, you guys walk the same exact pace. Which is awkward. And it sucks because one of the two is either going to have to walk a little bit faster than normal or a little bit slower than normal. And that's exactly what just happened to me a little while ago. And I was the one who started walking a little bit faster because nobody wants to walk next to a stranger. Yeah, as I was saying, even if nobody's bothering nobody, it's still kind of awkward to walk right next to a stranger at the same exact pace. So we made a decision mutually without talking to each other that I would walk a little faster, he would walk a little slower, just until there was enough space between both of us for both of us to walk at normal speed again. So yeah, just something funny. So we're back by the Boulevard Mall, and over here to my right there's a Galaxy movie theater. So I've heard that movie theaters have died, but I love them. I love going to the movie theaters, and Galaxy movie theater is my favorite out of all of them, especially on Tuesdays. Me and my girl, for the last, I don't know how many weeks in a row, we go to the movie theaters every single Tuesday, and we just pick whatever movie's playing next. And most of the time we don't know what the movie's about, and most of the time the movies are actually good. We've only picked one bad movie since we started doing that. And it's funny because, you know, I joke about it all the time with her because it was a movie that she picked. And also, she was really sleepy on this date that we had. She fell asleep through the whole movie, so I just sat there and watched a horrible ass movie. And I think it was called Black Bag. So if you know, you know. It was just bad. I mean, maybe it wasn't that bad because there was some people sitting in front of us who were just laughing at the jokes, but everything was just going over my head. Like, I was not understanding anything, and also it was boring for my taste in movies. I just didn't like it. The last movie that we watched together was Weapons We had no idea what it was going to be about, and we were both surprised with that movie. It was so good. She loved it. I loved it. If you guys haven't seen that movie, I recommend watching it. It's really good. And if you can, don't watch any trailers. Just go and watch it. Like, go having zero expectations. You don't even know what the movie's going to be about. Just go and watch it. It's really good. If you already saw that movie, without giving any spoilers in the comments, let me know what you thought of the movie, because man, I thought it was really original. My mind was kind of blown. Let me know what you think of that movie if you already seen it. All right, we're almost at that spot where that lady wanted to fight me because I said hello to her. Like, she literally squared up to me, and I thought she was gonna swing. That's good news, because that only means that my car is like literally right down here. So I'm so thirsty. Guys, we made it to my car. Here's my little cooler. I don't think you can see because it's so dark, but I think I'm gonna call it quits here. If not, then I'll continue this video tomorrow. But if I don't, then keep an eye out for the next video, and thank you for watching. Peace. Look at how cold that water looks.